all-time favorite horror movies came out in 1978. George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. I have loved this movie ever since I first watched it. It is very famous in Japan. I really love the atmosphere of the movie and the mall location. I also think the characters are written very well. My favorite character is Peter because he is very cool, but all characters are written very well. Dawn of the Dead is not just a scary movie with no meaning. It has lots of symbolism about consumerism and class tension. The zombies come back to the mall because it is the place they enjoy coming to when they were alive. And survivors have fun in the mall, shopping and try on clothes. Later in the movie, the bikers who raid the mall is also an example of consumerism. I have read that in the late 70s, Americans were very anxious about many things, such as life after the Vietnam War and the economy. This was also when many shopping malls became popular. Romero showed the zombies as people who still had vague memories of their past lives. They came to the mall because it is what they remember doing. The film follows four survivors, two TV station employees, and two police officers escaping a city by helicopter. Flyboy is the helicopter pilot who works for the TV station, and Fran is his girlfriend. Peter and Roger are police officers. The characters all have very distinct personalities, and I think they are written very well. They eventually land on the roof of the huge shopping mall. Inside, they find food, clothes, and things to entertain them. It seems like the mall has everything they could ever need. At first, it feels like it is perfect, but slowly, things begin to go bad. The mall is heart of the film. It is a great setting, and it is fun at first to watch zombies walking around in the mall. But it is also sad when you think about how they are once alive and now they are just doing what they remember. Even in death, they return to consume. Romero chose the mall as the location because it's a metaphor for consumerism. As the survivors settle in, they start to relax and become content. They think that they can stay there forever, it seems. They get rid of all zombies in the mall and make the place feel very safe. They shop, eat, ice skate, and have fun. But then it seems like they start to get a little bored and restless and worry about their future. It is like they have no purpose anymore, and yet they are trapped there in the mall. They can't leave because they don't know what they will find, but they know that the world is dangerous and full of zombies, so why leave the safety of the mall? It is a question I ask myself too. Would I leave the mall? Or would I stay? I think I would stay as long as possible, but I know it couldn't last forever. When the biker gang arrives at the mall, it becomes very tense and sad to watch how everything the film heroes work for is destroyed. Stores are destroyed as the bikers ride through them and smashing everything. Zombies are let in, and the mall becomes a dangerous place very quickly. The climax is very important because it shows that Romero believes the zombies were never the real threat. Living people are. Tom Savini's makeup effects are great despite the movie being low budget. I like how the zombies just look like people with blue makeup mostly, but it makes sense because zombies are fresh and new in the movie. I think the design of zombie is iconic, and I really find it so gross and interesting how Tom Savini showed the bikers getting ripped apart. He was very creative with the special effects in Day and Dawn of the Dead. He improved a lot on special effects in the Day of the Dead, which has some of the most incredible special effects I have ever seen. The zombies in the movie were much older and rotted and looked so disgusting. Dawn of the Dead may look like 70s movie, but I don't think its themes and symbolism have aged much. It is still very relevant today. People are consumers more than ever, scrolling on their smartphone all day, buying all sorts of things. I think Dawn of the Dead might be even more meaningful today than it was in the 70s. And I think it always will be meaningful. However, indoor malls are not as popular today, and actually I've read that many indoor malls in America have been closed down. But even though malls are not popular, the consumerism culture is still the same. Dawn of the Dead is a really masterpiece, not only a horror masterpiece, but masterpiece in general. I really love this movie and I probably watched this movie 10 times so far. I never get tired of watching it, and I also want to mention that the actors all do great job in their roles. They all fit their roles perfectly and seem like real people, not actors playing a part. I think it is cool how Romero picked the unknown actors to play lead roles in his movies. It made them feel more real instead of like big Hollywood productions. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos on horror.